from Brixworth Community Church. It's your midweek message again. We've been enjoying Celebrity Home Cook. I don't know whether you've seen it during the last few evenings. It has Claudia Winkleman in it. Claudia Winkleman's famous because of her fringe. It comes down to just above her eyebrows. She was in the Come Dancing, Strictly Come Dancing, wasn't she? And every time I see Claudia, I'm reminded of a story that you may have heard before, but it's a good story and it's worth retelling. It's set in the Middle Ages. That's the time of Robin Hood, and it talks about the punishment that people had to endure if they were caught doing things that were against the community at the time. This particular punishment was cruel, and it was meant to set an example to people, a warning to people. And it involved branding people on their forehead for all to see. So the story goes that William was the culprit. He'd stolen a sheep. Now, sheep stealing was a great crime at that time, and he was caught. And his punishment, as I've indicated, was to be branded on his forehead. ST it would be, for sheep thief. He was branded ST for all to see. So wherever he went, this branding would be visible and people would know ST is for sheep thief. It was a warning to others. The shame would be on his forehead and for all to see. Now he couldn't stop in his village, seeing this on his forehead and the way other people treated him. So he decided to move out of the village and he set up home in the neighbouring village, just sufficiently far away for people not to know him. And because of the great shame he felt and this sign branded on his forehead, he let his hair grow to cover it all so no one could see the ST branding. So he was regarded as a bit of a wild man. He lived on the edge of the village with this long hair. He was dishevelled, but he decided to start afresh. And he worked for the folk in the village. And as he was seen to be a kindly, trustworthy person, people accepted him. And people began to love him. And he served the village faithfully and well for the remaining years of his life. Eventually William died, and of course the undertaker decided to tidy him up a little bit because he hadn't had a proper haircut for ages. So the undertaker decided to trim his hair to make him look a bit tidy as he placed his body in the coffin. And as he did that, he trimmed round his forehead and to his astonishment saw this branding that had lasted all the years, the ST branding. And he couldn't understand what was this branding on a person's forehead. And this on William's forehead, of all people, such a loved member of the community. So he asked the villagers, did you know this was this branding on William's forehead? And they were astonished. And then someone realised, they said, ST, saint, is an indication that William is a saint among us. He lived his life as a saint. He served us. He served us so well, was so well loved. So the ST was taken as a saint. And when they buried him, they put up a little plaque saying, here lies William the saint among us. It shows that someone can be branded a thief and then recognised as a saint. People's lives can be changed. People's reaction to others can change. In the Bible, in Luke chapter 6 verse 37, it says, forgive and you will be forgiven. We are not branded forever. Our lives can change and our lives will change if we believe and trust in the Lord. Many people think that I'm not good enough to be a member of the church, or my sins are too bad or too serious to prevent me to ever go to heaven. Well, that's nonsense. So many times the message of the Bible tells us that we will be forgiven, We can be forgiven. We are forgiven. So don't believe that you're not good enough. The Bible also says that all have sinned, but all will be forgiven. All who truly repent will be forgiven. That's the message of the Bible. We are not branded with a message that says to others we are evil or we've done wrong things. We can be forgiven. We will be forgiven. And we are forgiven every day if we truly repent, come before the Lord. So every time you think of Claudia Winkleman, think of that story, but above all, think of being forgiven. Day by day, we are forgiven. And life begins anew. Jesus.